Hi guys, just checking in to see how things are going. I want to say thank you for all the emails, and I apologize. My email has been down this last week, and not only that, but I've lost all my passwords, I've lost all my old emails, I've lost my calendar. Things got a little dicey there for a while, so if I did not reply to an email that you sent me, please send it again or send it through D2L. I will do my best to get back on track with that. And again, technology is great until it breaks, and then it's not so great. Okay, just checking in to see how you are doing and to give you a couple updates in the next couple weeks. Thank you for all signing up on the Google Sheets. And then a few of you have not signed those in yet, but you have till Sunday to decide how you want to do that. But most of you have, so I appreciate that. So the next thing we're going to be talking about is the next big assignment, which is going to be on the February 20th through 27th module, a bit about writing in a paper. I have to tell you that this week looks like a lot, but it's not truly a lot. So the writing week, there will be no extra readings involved, so you don't have to read anything extra. If you feel you are pretty confident in the writing process, then you can kind of fast forward through some of these PowerPoints that Dr. Bowman does and the videos that Dr. Bowman does. If you are someone who might need a little extra love around the edges when it comes to writing, please make sure you watch. And it's pretty specific on how to do the writing process. So this is kind of up to you. There's not actually any work to do or anything assigned to do on the module. There will be a quiz, and as there is an assignment, a pretty large assignment, but for the actual module, there's no work to do in it. So I would definitely give some time if you are, kind of wishy-washy about writing, put some time into this and really learn the process. If you think you're fairly strong in the writing process, maybe you could just like fast forward through some of those and kind of spend more of your time on the actual writing of the paper. Okay, so the writing of the paper, we have it right here, the interview reading doc. I'm going to bring it up over here. There we go. So this is what it looks like. Your job is to interview a child, K through 12, doesn't matter, about the reading habits that they have. So you can do your own kid, somebody else's kid, your roommate's brother. You can FaceTime them. It does not have to be face-to-face. You can Zoom them, whatever works best for you. You find a student that's between the ages of, K, which is probably 5 or 6, to 12th grades, which is about 17 or 18-year-old, and you're going to ask them questions about their reading habits. So the questions that I kind of want you to focus on are these ones right in here, but by all means you can add more. I mean, more is always better. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be looking at the child's reading level, have them read a little bit out loud to us so we can understand what's going on. We're going to be making some recommendations for the reading process to make it a little bit more successful for the student, and then at the end we need the transcript of the questions and answers from your interview. So right down here, the very first part of your paper would be the paragraph describing your student that you're interviewing. We want to know a little bit about background. I don't want names. Don't give me any names. I don't need any of those. And I don't need any type of personal information. But if there's something in the past that they bring up that might be helpful for you to know on their reading strategies, that's what we need to know. So for instance, if the child is in foster care, or if the child had a traumatic brain injury, or if the child has been read to from the beginning of time until now. So so different background knowledge like that, but no personal indicators, please. We don't need any of those. And you can talk about what type of school, the family background, demographics in a very broad, general way. We don't need, like I said, specifics. The reason being is because once you get to know students and see kind of where they come from and their background, it really does make a difference on their academic performance. So we're going to keep that in mind. The second part of your paper is right here, is you're going to analyze the child as a reader, addressing the issue of reading as a tool for learning. So you're going to be thinking about what can the child do well, and what is maybe some difficulties that they may need a little extra attention on. So strategies for comprehension, or fluency, or word recognition, or things like that. And you will, after knowing what you know for next week, learning what you will learn next week, this might be a little bit easier process. So then at the end, please put your recommendations for intervention, like what you would change. You don't need to tell the student this. You don't need to be like, you need to do blah, blah, blah. Don't do that. But you can write it in the paper like, if I was the teacher, these are some things that I would suggest the student do. Now this is going to be kind of a loaded gun because you don't know. A lot of times that you know that the child might be struggling reading, but you don't know the best strategies to help them out. Google it. See what else is out there. See what other people are doing. And strategies are just that. They're just things we're going to try. Doesn't mean it's going to be set in stone. You do not need to go and find some research-based method on helping this. This is just like getting your feelers out there, getting your feet wet, seeing what you can come up with. And then the transcript. In the transcript, if you have it recorded, just hit the transcript record and then put that on there. If you don't want to do that or didn't record it auditorial? Good gravy. Then just type out the questions and the students' answers. Okay, hopefully that is not too convoluted. If you have any questions, just yell. I would be happy to talk to you about it. So this week right now we are in learning mathematics, which I think we're on the right track with that. Next week is a little heavier of a week. So next week we have learning to read or reading to learn, and that's where you're going to find a lot of those reading strategies that we're talking about in that paper that you might want to pull from. That's where you're going to find them in next week's reading. Next week is a little bit heavier, so please kind of use your time wisely and make sure you get through that information. Dr. Bowman does do the majority of our videos and PowerPoints for these, so if you have any questions about those, please come talk to me and maybe we can clear something out if there's any confusion. Like I said, this is her class and we're paying homage to her as far as like not changing the structure or the resources of it, but doing it the best that we can fit into our own situation. So hopefully I didn't talk too long there. If you have any questions at all, just please yell, email,